This one gets 3.5 bananas out of 5 according to the NoMoreStinkyMonkeys.com website. One night my friend Paul was playing with one of our cats, my wife's favorite cat as a matter of fact, when the cat scratched him by accident. Paul jokingly said that the cat was scratched him on purpose and vowed to call the authorities on him. One joke led to another, and suddenly my wife was getting phone calls from Sergeant Stadenko from the Spofford Detention Center for Cats. He was looking to arrest the cat. I said to myself, Stadenko, where do I know that name from? And Paul said, Cheech and Chong. I was like, oh right. So then we found out that my wife had never seen a Cheech and Chong movie, and thus we had a mission. So I rented out Up in Smoke, their best movie from Netflix, and all three of us watched it together. Man, does that hold up. Very silly, but still very funny at times. It came out in 1978 and became the first stoner classic. Harold and Kumar is a better made movie, but the anything goes atmosphere started with Cheech and Chong's road film. There were a few things I found amazing while watching it with fresh eyes for the first time in like 20 years. Like that Chong is actually kind of sharp when he's not stoned. He's tall and slim and kind of smart, and he has his senses about him. I'm so used to the eternally burnt out version we hear nowadays that it's hard to remember a lucid Chong. And Cheech is so middle class now, Mr. Nash Bridges, that it's hard to remember him as the sloppy bum Pedro he used to play, peeing in a laundry basket and eating bad Tijuana burritos. He's smoking a big joint and he's going, what's in this shit, man? And Chong goes, a little Maui Wowie and some Labrador, man. Labrador? What's Labrador, man? Dog shit, man. My dog ate my stash and I had to follow him around for 3 days. And then there's the scene where there's this crazy lady on Ludes, and she's doing her impression of having sex with this guy named Alex. She's shaking the hell out of Pedro and Chong's van, and all these people in the street are watching in amazement. When Chong finally comes out, shaking off a Charlie horse, Pedro congratulates him and says, I didn't know your name was Alex. I've seen that movie probably 5 times in my life. It was the first time I realized that Pedro didn't know what Chong's character's name was. The movie's almost over and one main character doesn't know the other's name. He's just known as man to him and us. And we never do find out his name either. The 70s were a crazy time. First time I saw this I was 13 years old, and it was the second half of a double feature with Friday the 13th. Both movies came from such humble beginnings, and yet who knew that both would become classics? And for those wondering, Sergeant Stadenko was the narc who was determined to arrest Pedro and Man. Far out, man, from the Predator.